2 weeks ago, I made a video on a Kentucky Derby prep race, the Risen Star Stakes, and today is another Kentucky Derby prep stakes. It's the San Felipe at Santa Anita, and in this video, I'm not only going to basically handicap this race, but I'm going to also do a the all turf pick 3 and the late pick 4 on Santa Anita. So that's the focus on my video today is those races. In the past, when I made the video in Golden Gate Fields for the Golden Hour Pick 4, one reason why I liked that bet was because it was like it was a $1 Pick 4, which was focusing on the last two races at Santa Anita and Golden Gate Fields. And since it was a $1 Pick 4, it made me realize to kind of prioritize or actually him into the details of what kind of horses that I wanted to pick based off that wager. So in this case, for Santa Anita, they have this all turf pick 3, which you see is a minimum of $3. So as with the $1 Golden Hour pick 4, with that kind of wager, you have to be very selective. So in the first leg of the all turf pick 3 is race 7. So it's not a stakes race; it's an optional claiming race, and there was multiple changes, so that affected how I was going to play the all turf pick 3. But this race wasn't one of the that got affected. So I'm going to pick 3 horses in the first leg. The first is number 3 is Thermal. He's going to be on Lasix for the first time, and he only has one win out of 4 races. However, that one win was at a Santa Anita turf race, so that's one of the reasons. That is the reason why I'm picking the number 3 Thermal. The other 2 horses I'm going to pick is Miss Mandalay Bay, the number 7, and the number 8, Nene Diamond. For number 7, Miss Mandalay, I noted down after its first one, it has finished second and third. Actually, third and second in the last 2 races. So this horse is really consistent the last 3 races, and maybe like some people like pick horses because of the name. And in April, I'll be going to Vegas and stay at Mandalay Bay. So if for those who like to pick horses because of the names, that's sort of like my spin on number 7 on why I picked Miss Mandalay Bay. Miss Mandalay. Number 8 is Henny Diamond, and I underlined the horse Stanford. So Stanford is a horse whose pedigrees have done really well in terms of let's say 6 furlongs or less than a mile, and I noted, and this horse is going to be the favorite. One thing I noted is that this horse purchase price was $100,000, and Stanford's stud fee is $4,000. So this horse was already looked upon highly. If you're going to pay 2.5 times more than the sire stud fee, so that's what I noted down here, and it has also, even though the last race was run on dirt that won, this horse also has won on turf too at Santa Anita. Okay, now race 8 is the start of the late pick 4. So from my experience, and maybe my mistakes, I'll be honest with that. If you see a horse that's odds on, and you feel 100% about this horse, there's 2 ways to approach it. If the horse is odds on, and you feel this horse is going to win, just single it. If you really feel it, if it's odds on and you think it's going to win. The other approach is, if you don't think it's going to win, don't play that horse and bet other horses. The mistake I've made in the past is when it comes to pick 4, there would be a horse that I know that's odds on and it's going to win, and I play that horse, but I don't single it and I add a couple more horses. What happens is that horse who ends up winning who's odds on, and if you win the pick and you end up winning the pick four, it's going to hurt your payout at the end. So sometimes I'd be like elated, oh yeah, I got the pick four, and then I notice, oh, I actually lost more than I bet because I played multiple horses in a race where the horse who was odds on won. So for the start of the pick four, I'm just going to single one horse, and that horse is number three, Barnes. This horse is going to make its first time in two starts. But one thing I liked about this horse is there's several reasons. One is okay, the purchase price. He's a $3 million horse. Two, Bob Baffert, it's trainee, and third, the first race this year it ran 7 furlongs, and there's a lot. Most Kentucky Derby horses who are prepping for the race, a lot of them start running in their first race a mile. The lost art used to be like you would run sprint races your first race just to stretch out your legs, and that's why you see horses who end up not as fresh when they go to the Kentucky Derby, or after they run the Kentucky Derby, they're just tired, they're just worn out. But I think the fact that this horse here, Barnes, first race this year was a 7 furlongs and won. I am highly. This could be my Derby Kentucky Derby horse. I don't know if it'll win, but because he ran a 7 furlongs this year, this could be my Derby pick. But yeah, I'm singling Barnes for this first leg of the late pick four. Race 9 is not only the second leg of the late pick four, but it's also the second leg of the all turf pick 3. And this is one of the races where there was some scratches actually affected in terms of who I was going to bet. So when I made my selections for this race, it was just about 20 minutes ago. So because one of the horses that I wanted to play, number 3, who was the favorite, El Potente, was scratched. So there was 2 horses that I originally planned to play that I'm still keeping. And the first one is Mi Hermano Ramon. So if you look at the its racing performance, it has raced 6 times in the Santa Anita Turf, and has been finishing the money 5 out of the 6 times. And the last time it ran on Santa Anita Turf, the horse finished second. However, it had 100 Beyer speed figures in the stakes race. The second horse is Air Force Red. So during the last season of Golden Gate Fields, I made a video of the San Francisco Mile, and I included Air Force Red as part of my Superfecta Superfecta box. And I did get the Superfecta box because of Air Force Red. I wanted Air Force Red to win, but he came in second. But he was the one that I got the Superfecta Superfecta box because I used him. So I am going to, maybe because of sentimental reasons, I am going to use him. And I noted that if you look at his overall record, he has 6 wins overall, but 5 of the 6 wins have been at Santa Anita Turf. So I'm just hoping that familiarity with the Santa Anita Turf will hopefully help him perform better. So that's why I'm picking number 2, Air Force Red. So for my third horse, I was going back and forth. I thought about Neat because I thought, okay, with the odds, this horse looked enticing. But the last time it ran was October 20. It was October of last year. So that's going to be a long layoff that this horse is going to make in its first start. So because number 3 got scratched, I looked and I had to find, and I decided at the very last moment to pick Formidable Man. So Formidable Man was a Grade 1 winner last year, and This year, he didn't perform well when he went to run at Gulfstream, but the last two times it ran in the West Coast, it won. So, when it comes to Santa Anita, this horse has finished twice. Not finished twice. He has finished twice in the has finished in the money twice, I should say, out of three starts. So because of number three that got scratched, this is my third. This is going to be my third horse in the all turf pick three for the second leg. So race number 10 is going to be the third leg of the late pick four, and I was going back and forth on terms of certain horses to pick. Initially, I was going to pick number one Express Train because I noted that this horse about 3 years ago finished in the had won the actual Santa Anita handicap 3 years ago. But that was 3 years ago, and this horse is 8 years old now. And even though it's been finishing at least top four in the last four races, you wonder that if as an 8 year old, he does not have a lot of gas left in the tank. So I decided to not use him. Actually, in the um, third leg of this late pick four, I'm going to use four horses. So one of the horses I'm going to use is Hit Show. So if you look at the form of Hit Show, it last won. It's the last race of this Louisiana Stakes on a sloppy racetrack. And that was actually the first race last time because he had a pretty kind of I don't say a long layoff, but maybe about a couple months because the last race it ran prior to this year was in November. So this is one of the horses that I plan to use um, for this third leg of the late pick four. The second horse I'm going to use in the Santa Anita handicap is um, Mira Amadi. So I apologize if I'm incorrectly saying the name. And one of the reason is I am a sucker for horses that are $1 million purchase yearlings. So if you notice, this horse was purchased for over $1 million. In addition, there's two things that this horse has. First, it's sires Into Mischief, who's been leading sire for the last 5 consecutive years, and the trainer Bob Baffert. And at the moment, the odds is 6-1. So this horse is not even the favorite, considering the pedigree, the trainer, and its purchase price. At 6-1, this is a very enticing odds. So that's why I'm picking the number 5 horse in the Santa Anita handicap as part of my late pick four. The other horse, and this one was very much the last edition, a late edition I thought about of adding, and I'm adding number 6, which is Katona. And the reason is I'm picking this horse is because the last race it won. So it won already. It has affinity of Santa Anita. Has won 4 out of 10 starts at Santa Anita. The last race was in a Santa Anita racetrack, and which was the San Pasquale, which is a prep race for the Santa Anita handicap. So I'm using this horse too for the Santa Anita handicap in the third leg of the late pick four. I was going to pick number 9 Tarantino because this is Oscar weekend, and so but then this horse got scratched. So the other horse I'm going to pick, and actually this was one of the original horses I was going to pick anyway, was Locked. So Locked, the last 2 starts has had 100 buyer speed figures. So that's why I'm picking Locked, also in the Santa Anita handicap for the late pick four. So race 11 is the last leg of the all turf pick three, and also the last leg of the late pick four. So I didn't mention this, but in the all turf pick 3, only one race is a stakes race. So, but the other two are optional claiming races. So for this leg, I'm picking 4 horses. So the horses I'm going to pick is number 2 is Colingo Road, and I noted that the highest has the highest buyer speed figure, um, and had one win out of 11 at Santa Anita. But with the optional claiming races, this is you're not picking elite horses here. You're just trying to hope that you pick horses here that are going to perform well. So this is number 2. That's what I'm going to use in this in the 11th race. The other horse I'm going to also pick is number 6. Is phosphorescence. Sorry if I mispronounced again. I noted that every other race, this horse has 80 buyer speed figures. So the last race, it only had 75, but the prior race to that it had 88. So there's kind of a trend that I'm hoping that this horse does perform to at least an 80 buyer speed figure in this race. Number 8 is going to be my long shot pick for this race, Moonlight Sonata. Malibu Moon is not necessarily known as a horse that produces a lot of turf winners, but this horse has been winning on turf. Actually, he only has won one race on turf, which was at Del Mar. But I noted one thing. So the last last 3 times this horse has run on an optional claiming race of 100,000. This race is an optional claiming race of 50,000. So even though this horse hasn't run since last year, the fact that it has run in an optional claiming race of 100,000 is going down a level. So at 12-1 odds, and since this horse has done well at 100,000 optional claim of 100,000, I'm picking this horse in this leg. The last horse I'm going to pick is number 11, British Isles. Justify, the Triple Crown winner, has also has done well with horses who runs on turf, and with 92 odds and being by Justified, this is the I'm picking this horse, British Isles, in the last race. So here's my wager going to be. So for the 3 turf all turf pick 3, I'm picking 3 horses in the first leg, 3 horses in the second leg, and 3 horses in the third leg. Oh no, 4 horses in the third leg. Sorry about that. So with the $3 wager, that comes to $108. So that's my wager I'm going to do for the all turf pick 3. For the late pick 4, since I'm going to plan a single one horse in one of the races, it gives me a lot of versatility in terms of wagering. So the first leg I'm going to pick 3 horses. The one leg I'm going to pick 1 horse. The third leg I'm going to pick 3 horse, and the last leg I'm going to pick 4 horse. So if you multiply it up, that's 36 bets. So at 50 cents, that would be $18. But hence, since I'm only singling 1 horse, instead of putting $18, I'm not going to do 50-cent pick 4. I'm going to do $1 pick 4. I think if you save a lot of money by paying $18, but with the favorite, and since I'm singling, that's what's $36. It's nothing. So overall, my bets is going to be about It's going to be about less than $150 for the all turf pick three and the late pick four. Um, there might be us in some races. I might do other single horses like do across the board. But for now, that's what I plan to do. Is just for the all turf pick three and the late pick four at Santa Anita. So as the saying goes, what I like to say, you bet small to win big. And good luck to everyone. And hope that your bets, you win your bets today.